If you find practicing scales repetitive, here are 5 other ways to practice scales that are not only fun but also builds on your piano skill set. Number 1, contrary motion. Number 2, octaves. Number 3, thirds. Number 4, sixths. And number 5, Russian scale. Let's break them down one by one. The first one, contrary motion. This one is where you are going to start literally on the same note. So I was playing in E major today, so I'm going to share my thumb and place them both on the E. And the interesting thing is one's going up and one's going down first. Let's say we're talking about major scales. These certain major scales have the exact same fingerings, which means they are a literal mirror image of each other. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, so on and so forth. So let's say in E major, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Or let's say if we play G major, it's also the same thing. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. However, if you play these major scales instead, these ones have a different set of fingerings where your fingers are not necessarily mirror images of each other. So let's say if I selected D flat major, have a look at this one. Start on D flat, but right hand's going to 3 and left hand's going to 1. The twists and turns happen at different points. So some notes for this one are just really pay attention to the fingerings. You have to pay attention to where the black keys are because they're potentially happening at different points in our hands. Let's say in D major, if you were to play normally, similar motion going up and down. It's white, white, black, white, 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 black, white. However, in a contrary motion, look at this. So even in the first 3 notes, first one's white, but the second one, the left hand's doing black and right hand's doing white. So the black and white notes happen at different points. You just have to pay a little bit extra attention to what's happening. Number 2, octaves. I think most of you know what octaves are. Some notes are to stay relaxed, try to have a bit of a knocking effect, rather than trying to tense and doing this. Another note I'll give you is to try to stay in this middle part of the keyboard. Okay, so there is no need to do something like this. I see a lot of beginners do something like this, where they go really up and down the piano like this. No need to do that. So try to stay around here. Whether you're using 4 or 5 for your black notes, it doesn't really matter. Try to stay around here. I'm going to use 5 now. As you can see, it's the same thing. The smaller your movements in this vertical space, the more secure and more robust you're playing. Number 3, thirds. So this is where the left hand is going to start on the principal note. Let's say I'm playing in E major. The left hand's going to start on the E, and the right hand is going to start on the 3rd scale degree. So 1, 2, 3, 3rd scale degree. I'm going to start here, and I'm going to venture up and down like this. So the left hand is obviously just playing the E major scale, and the right hand is also playing the E major scale, but it's just starting in a different point. Instead of starting on E, he's going to now start on G sharp. And together it sounds like this. Some notes about this one is this might feel a little bit squishy. It might feel a little bit like, whoa, there's so much happening in such a small space, and you kind of lose track of what fingers to use. But a really fun one, please give this a try. As we are working on these different types of scales, something that really hinders beginners is the coordination needed to perform and execute these scales. I'm coming up with a very exciting course called the Hand Coordination Bootcamp. If you're a beginner and you just feel like you can't seem to play two hands together, please watch out for my course that's going to be released in a couple of weeks. This will help you to play hands together fluently, whether it's pieces or scales or arpeggios. Watch out for this space. Number 4 is sixths. Now, sixths are basically the thirds, but flipped around. So let's say an E major. Now this time, my right hand's going to start on the principal note, E, and the left hand is going to do a sixth down. So 1, on the G sharp, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The sixths are less squishy than the thirds, but potentially it also is disorientating because these are further apart. And remember, you're always playing different notes. So potentially, if you look at this one, the black and white notes happen at different spots. But very fun to play, please try the sixths. And lastly, the Russian scale. Now let's break this down. What's the Russian scale? It sounds big, it sounds grand, but what's happening? Essentially, it's only a combination of two things: similar motions and contrary motions. So it's 2 octaves up of similar motion. So let's say an E major. So I do 2 octaves coming up, and then I'm going to split off here, split over with a contrary motion. So right hand goes up, left hand goes down. And I'll come back in. And what happens here? I go yet up again. So another 2 octaves. Come down. And this time, contrary motion yet again. Before I finally venture down 2 octaves. So similar motion up 2 octaves, split 2 octaves, come back, go up, come down, split, come together, and finally venture down. So these are some very fun ways to practice scales. They can be very good warm-ups before you try to practice your pieces. Do you have any other ways of practicing scales? Let me know in the comments. Share with us fellow pianists and we can all learn together. Ask any piano questions you have below. I'm Jazer. See you in the next piano tutorial.